Hey you guys, thank you so much for tuning in for another video. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Maggie and I do all types of self-care, skincare, spiritual care types of videos. So that's something you may be interested in. Please stick around by hitting that subscribe button so that you never miss another upload from me. And really quick, I just want to welcome, I have been noticing a lot more subscribers. You know, you guys are joining the Sacred Gang and I just welcome you. You know, it's always a pleasure to have you here. So I just want to shout out to some of my new subscribers for tuning in, for joining in, and yeah, wanting to level up with us. So thank you for sticking around and supporting my channel. Today I want to talk about a few self-care hobbies that we can develop while we're still stuck in quarantine. So let's go ahead and get into this video now. My first habit to develop is coloring. Now you guys know, that I love my coloring Bible. I found this on Amazon a little while ago, and this is literally one of my new obsessions. As you can see, there's like all different like coloring pages and like different things, you know, that you can color, stuff like that. And yeah, this is one of my new obsessions, guys. Again, it can be any color. Maybe you're an artist, maybe you can draw a little bit, and why not make it into a habit to not only perfect your craft, but just to simply relax, just to simply stay busy or to stay productive. So coloring will always be one of my go-tos. My second self-care hobby to develop while we're in quarantine is baking. I don't have a baker's bone in my body, but I love me some YouTube, I love me some recipes, and yeah, it's really not hard to put together or to follow a recipe for really any type of dessert, okay? Or anything that you're baking. So it doesn't have to be desserts, it can be food, you know, normal food as well. But the part of baking, the part of cooking, maybe you're not a real cook. Maybe this is the perfect time to start developing, you know, how to use recipes, how to use a stove, how to use different pots and pans, okay? You never know what a person is struggling with when it comes to cooking, okay? I can't bake, so taking up some type of baking. We've been making cookies, cupcakes, I mean, all types of stuff for my daughter's party. I was gonna make her a really nice Peppa Pig birthday cake for her birthday a couple weeks ago, but that never happened. We ended up just buying one. But yeah, I was definitely planning on doing some baking. So don't forget about cooking and developing some type of cooking habit if you're not a cooker yet. My third hobby to develop, and I really love this one, and that is to start DIYing or making some type of craft, being more crafty, okay? So I am a DIYer, okay? I do all types of stuff. I make all types of stuff. I put together all types of stuff. My house pretty much is DIY. Furniture, paintings, you know, decor that I have around my house is pretty much DIY, and that's what I love about it. It's so fun. It's very creative, you know what I'm saying? I get to take something and make it into something else, or just start from scratch, you know. So something DIY. I really encourage you to try something today. Make something, put together something. I don't care if it's a popsicle house, okay? Put together something, get the kids involved, and start to DIY more or make more crafts, okay? And you never know, it can end up turning into a business. You can end up start to sell them and make it more profitable. So you never know. My next self-care hobby is to start writing. Now you will see this and start to know this in a lot of my other videos, because writing is so releasing. Like, it's so not only helpful, you know, it's very releasing, you know, if you're using it for, you know, that type of release. You know, writing is also just another form of manifestation, you know what I mean? Like, you just never, like, in our you know, tap and press and swipe society, getting back to writing, normal writing and normal reading is so beneficial, it's so helpful, and you just can never go wrong with writing. You know, maybe you want to end up writing some stories, maybe you're a poet, maybe you have like some really good book ideas, you know, or journal ideas, and you just don't know where to start. Just start writing, okay? Have a goal plan, like I said, to start to sell them or make books. You can make ebooks, okay? You can write just for yourself, just for Bible study, okay? Just for note taking. I mean, writing in itself, it's so, like, what is the word I'm looking for? It helps me to feel like I'm not conformed to like the social media world, you know what I'm saying? When I'm writing and when I'm reading my normal books again, like, it just helps me makes me to feel more old school, I guess you can say. So don't forget about writing. You never know where it can take you. All right, my next self-care hobby that can be very beneficial, especially in this beautiful springtime that is upon us, and that is gardening. Yes, gardening. If you're grateful enough to have a home, you know, have a front yard, have grass or whatever, why not garden, okay? plant some seeds, make a vegetable patch, you know, plant some flowers, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I don't really have a gardening bone either, or a green thumb, but I will tell you, last spring, me and hubby, we got out there, we got all the weeds out, we planted, we did mulch, we did flowers, you know, we planted, you know what I'm saying? And it was so much fun, right? Not only was it fun, but the front of my house looks so much more beautiful, okay, with just floral and the mulch and the grass, you know what I'm saying? We started to put some of the seeds in some of the spots where our grass is, you know, kind of not coming in anymore because of the kids. You know what I'm saying? But yes, gardening is something else that we can develop. It makes us want to do more. It makes us want to take care of our house more. We can switch out different things when we're gardening. And there's, not to mention, there's all types of things that you can garden, okay? You can never not have anything to garden, okay? So yeah, definitely don't knock gardening as a self-care moment, you know, or a self-care tool, okay? Because if you're a person like me who loves floral, who loves vegetables, things like that, gardening is just like the icing on the cake, okay? Because then you can start to make your own. All right, number 6, my 6th self-care habit, along with writing, and is reading, okay? Reading normal books again, okay? Yes, your phone is okay. I still read off my phone. I find articles, I find scriptures. I'm always reading something off my phone. But grabbing a normal book, reading a story from front to back is just so rewarding in a way that it's still needed, okay? It's still very useful. And again, you can read all types of books. So reading is definitely still part of self-care, and it should be something that we're developing and still doing, okay, if that makes sense. Number seven self-care habit is try scrapbooking. I used to do this a long time ago, guys, when it was just my if I can remember, it was just my first son, okay, and it was just one child. And yes, I used to scrapbook. I used to, you know how we're all obsessed with like our first child, we have the most pictures of our first child, and you know, they do most of the things. So yeah, I had like a little scrapbooking moment. And now that I think about it, I really miss it. You know, it was really fun. I still have that scrapbook, you know, full of his stuff to this day. And guys, the possibilities, the creativity is just endless, okay? You can make scrapbooks for anything, okay? It doesn't just have to be of your children and things like that. But if you're looking for something different than like your normal things that you're doing on a daily basis, then yes, do not forget about some type of scrapbooking or arts and crafts, something like that. All right, number 8 is music, guys. Yes, this can definitely be a hobby. Look how many people play the guitar and play the piano, or, you know, play the violin just for fun, or just for, you know, as a hobby, okay? Of course, there's always an end point, okay? You can always take it further. You can always hop on YouTube. You can always get famous off of your music, okay? And the world needs your music, okay? I'm talking to all my musicians, all of my singers, okay? Do you know, oh my God, if God has blessed me with a voice that I know some of y'all have, oh my God, y'all are so selfish. Y'all are so selfish. We deserve to hear that beautiful voice of yours, okay? Whether it's poetry, whether it's rapping, whether it's, you know, singing, you know what I'm saying? Music is just a part of us. Music is, you know what I'm saying, so special, and it can really transform somebody, you know what I'm saying? So yes, use music as, start to develop music in any type of way. Again, it can be instruments, things like that. Start to use instruments or music as a type of self-care hobby, you know what I'm saying? I can play the piano a little bit, you know, I used to play the violin back in school. Hubby has bought me a guitar before and I never played it, and I'm really regretting, because I had a whole guitar, you know what I'm saying, probably one of the top of the lines, and I never took that time to really learn it and do what I was supposed to do with it. I don't even know where that guitar is right now. But yes, I probably could have been a master or a pro by now. I could have probably been teaching guitar lessons or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So don't forget about music and making that a part of your hobby as well. Now remember, this is part of self-care, so literally anything that makes you feel good, raises your vibrations, is acceptable, okay? So that brings me to dancing. Yes, dancing as a hobby, yes, or as a part of life, okay? I come from a dancing, theater, musical background, so dancing is just in my soul, okay? It's a part of me. Of course, that was years ago, you know what I'm saying? I have children now, but hey, I still dance, I still get up, I still move my body, I still dance, still love to dance as well. I can tap back into that theater choreographer mode in a second, you know what I'm saying? Because dancing is just so free. okay? And you can literally do it at any moment, anytime. There's no right or wrong way to do it. And yeah, when you mix it with a little bit of feel-good music, you know what I'm saying, then it becomes self-care, okay? Then it becomes a part of you, right? And making you feel good, which then can become a hobby, right? Maybe you want to turn it into like challenges or whatever, or like TikTok, you know, that's a big thing now, and all the dancing and all the moves and all the challenges, right? It can really develop into something better, you know what I'm saying, or something bigger, you know what I'm saying. But you have to start moving your body. You have to start using it, start expressing yourself, even if it's just for you, okay? Start expressing yourself through dance, okay? Okay, number 10, my 10 self-care hobby that we can start to develop, and that is to do photography. Maybe you already have like that little bone, you know, or that little inkling that, okay, photography is kind of cool, I kind of like it. Why not make it into a hobby? Even if you're not turning it into a business or anything like that, maybe you want to take pictures of birds, or you know, you want to just kind of brush up on your skills so that you can do, you know, start to charge or become a photographer. But yeah, if it's just for fun, which your hobbies, you know, usually are, if it's just for fun, photography is so amazing. Once I invested in a new phone and like a better quality camera phone, like I'm taking pictures of everything, right? And I'm practicing like little angles and like how to like really picture it right, you know what I'm saying? And my pictures are just getting better and better and better, okay? And then I can start to use that for like selfies, or like when I'm doing thumbnails, or you know what I'm saying? It can all really turn back and become, you know, a good thing, okay? So don't forget about photography. Now this next one here, me and my sons love to do all the time, and that is puzzling. Doing puzzles, yes, can become a hobby, because it's definitely a hobby for my oldest son, and he loves to like go more and more and more, like from the hundreds to the 250 pieces to the 500 pieces. And yeah, that definitely has to be a hobby for me to sit there and try to put together a 1300 piece whatever puzzle set. But yes, it is still pretty fun, okay? It's really fun. It can become a hobby, it can become a job, it can become whatever you make it. But again, if you're just looking for something else to kind of get into, to kind of like use your time wisely while we're stuck in quarantine, putting together puzzles, it's not only mind stimulating, but it's really fun when you think about it, okay? So don't forget about our puzzles as another self-care hobby, especially when you infuse it with quietness and, you know, diffusing like essential oils and really making it a personal time, you know what I'm saying? And yes, puzzling can be really fun and very beneficial as well. And last but not least, guys, another self-care hobby to start to develop, possibly while we're stuck in quarantine, and that is sewing. Sewing, yes, putting together clothing or knitting or, you know, crocheting, whatever you want to call it. That is such a really good habit. My mom is a really big crocheter. I remember when I was younger and I was going out of town, I was going on the plane by myself somewhere, and I remember that she knitted me a whole entire blanket for me to go on the plane with, and I just thought that was so sweet when I, you know, really think about it now. But it was so cool for her. It was so creative, you know what I'm saying? She did my favorite colors, and that was like one of her hobbies, along with like painting and things like that. She's got my whole family like into like painting and into like art, into crocheting, things like that. And that's what I'm saying, like how beneficial it can be, how much of an impact it can have on just the people around you when we start to use it as a hobby, when we start to get better at it. Then of course you can start to sell it, make a business out of it, or you can just keep it as a hobby, okay? That is my main thing of just creating hobbies, things to get by our day, right? So that we're not on the phone all the time, or we're not wallowing, or, you know, just stuck in our feelings, or stuck in whatever circumstances that we're dealing with. A lot of these hobbies, a lot of these different things is just to deter us, it's just to help us boost our mood and to, yeah, be a little more productive today. You can say, hey, I did some baking today, or here, I did some photography today, or I did some knitting today, you know what I'm saying? Instead of, or I just sat down and watched TV, watched Netflix all day. You get what I'm saying? So I really hope this was helpful. That's all I have for this video. Again, I really hope this video was helpful. I love you guys, and I thank you for my new sacred family as well. Stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.